This is Dee again from the Fishing Gardeners for part 2 of, something that will help a beginning fruit tree gardener. So when I started my fruit tree garden back here, I didn't have any type of shade. Matter of fact, I didn't have a tree, nothing. No shade, no tree, no anything back here. So it was a open field of basically sun and dirt. Sun and sand. And what I wish I would have known was that I actually needed shade for a lot of these trees. A lot of these trees do not like scorching sun. So just to give you a little info on that, Florida, you get sun regardless, whether it's cloudy, overcast, obviously sunny, you get sun. So when you get the fruit tree plant, it's going to say give it 6 to 8 hours of sun. And do not confuse that with Florida's scorching sun, because here in Central Florida it is scorching hot. And I've noticed when I put my trees out, especially the ones that couldn't take a lot of sun, which was majority of them, they started, really burning, no matter how much watering or anything I had to do. And this was last year I learned that. So this year I changed it, and as you can see right here, this mulberry tree right here, this is an everbearing mulberry tree. You see I'm grabbing some of these over here. This one it doesn't like a lot of sun. So before I had it in the corner and it was doing good, and then I put it out here so I could line it up with all the rest of these mulberries. You see the Shangri-La, you see this everbearing mulberry, you see the Pakistani mulberry, and you see that white mulberry over there. So it wasn't doing anything, and this everbearing mulberry gives you mulberries all year long. So what I realized is it wasn't doing anything because of the scorching sun. So it got its little umbrella right here, okay, and that helped it to start producing more mulberries. So you also see the Barbados cherries, right? They're really very small last year, and of course you got to trim them because they go wild. As you can see, I let the Barbados cherry trees grow tall because I'm trying to get some more shade in the backyard. As you can see, the Pakistani. So these trees that I put out here is to give shade so for next year I just have more shade, and it'll be more like a tropical environment. And you look at that butterfly, isn't it beautiful? It's just beautiful. I don't want to get too close or it'll go away, but I have a lot of butterflies back here. But anyway, if you see the mulberry right here, the white one, look how big the leaves are. Look at this, okay? So by the time these trees grow, these are going to be some nice shade trees, right? So I started putting shade trees in my yard. In the places that I haven't had shade trees yet, or haven't gotten big enough for shade trees, I had to build trellises with shade on top. And right here you see all of my miwas. So they were in the sun and they were not doing anything because it was just too hot and they were fighting the sun. So I put them under here, and look at all the fruits I have. Okay, so I have a couple of shade trees in different areas where I got my sapodilla back there. Also, you see this big tree up here, which is my neighbor's tree. This is providing a lot of shade that's helping all of these grow, right? So when these grow, they will become shade trees, and that's when I need more shade, for my trees to grow. Other than that, I got to push them kind of together. That's why you see them together in pots. A lot of these will not go out of pots, and create a tropical atmosphere for them. So for them to flourish in my backyard, they need a tropical atmosphere, and I had all dirt and sand. Well, sand and very little dirt at all. And as you can see right here, even the tomatoes, I don't like growing tomatoes in the summertime, but this was a good deal. So basically I'm trying to keep this tomato tree alive until it gets cooler, and then it'll produce me a lot of tomatoes, because I have no problem from October until December, January of growing tomatoes, but in the summertime it's just a mess. So basically you see it once again under a shade house. As you can see, the papayas, first I had them in the sun, then I moved them back here, and they're just going to town with shade. So I also have these shade bags right here for the Nagami. because you know I didn't really have no place to put it because I wanted to keep it away from other things. And as you can see, it's still flowering, and the bees still get in there and pollinate the flowers because it's open at the bottom. So it's still flowering. And these are all my seedlings. As you can see, this is a shade top right here, and all the seedlings here. And the only reason why they are growing is because they're in the shade. They cannot take this scorching sun. And this type of spinach, I forgot what it is. I'm going to find out from a friend that gave it to me with his name. But it does grow in the summertime. I can't remember the name of it. I will get back to you with that. So, as you can see, it needs a lot of shades. Now, you have some things that don't need much shade, like mango trees. They seem to do pretty good in the shade, in the sun. You know, obviously, orange trees seem to do pretty good. The guava trees, that's strawberry guava, they seem to do pretty good. Of course, sunflowers, they seem to do pretty good. The ice cream bean tree, yes, she just looks weepy and willowy. This is how she grows. She seems to do pretty good. So you have another pink guava right here. She seems to do very good. So you have certain ones that will do good, and a lot of them won't. But what I'm trying to do is, you know, make a tropical environment back here, completely tropical. So hopefully by next year or the year after, it's more tropical because we have more trees that's growing. And a lot of them are ever-bearing trees, so they'll continue to grow. And I can get the fruits that, you know, that we've always wanted. Okay, I'll get back to you with part number 3. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.